Welcome in. It's time now to take a look at your latest local news from around the region. I'm Dan Hardenbrook, and this is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your news today is brought to you by your three-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. Let's check out this week's front page headlines. On ice, a recap of this past weekend's Curtis Fish Coop and Winter Carnival. You're invited to a Salisbury steak dinner in Newberry this week. Longtime Tequamanon Area Schools employee Jane Freeborn is set to retire as the district considers inviting in walkers. Governor Gretchen Whitmer preparing to deliver the 2026 State of the State address. Local shelter receives massive donations from a group of hooligans. Michigan seatbelt use is at its best numbers since 2019. The latest Snowman Pete snowfall total report. Michigan State Police had to bust a driver going the wrong way on I-75. It's a jam-packed edition of your award-winning Newberry News, and it's available now. In your latest local news this morning, forecasted weather for the day today prompted local area school districts to close for the day. Tequamanon Area Schools in Newberry and Engadine Consolidated Schools both made early morning hour decisions ahead of the start of the snowfall, anticipating potentially hazardous weather during the morning commute and into the school day. Both districts, the latest cancellation due to weather-related issues this winter. Mother Nature has wreaked havoc and racked up the school cancellations for the local districts this year. You can get more information, including staying up to date on cancellations and delays, by following both the Tequamanon Area Schools TAS and Engadine Consolidated Schools Facebook page. If you're a family in the district who would like to be notified, you can contact your local school district office. They'll get you registered for their alert system. Again, Tequamanon Area Schools and Engadine Consolidated Schools both closing for the day today. Tequamanon Area Schools taking the opportunity to encourage students to still spend their off day sharpening up on their knowledge or spending time with their families by taking the opportunity to read a book, write a short story, play some board games. They're all looking forward to seeing everyone back in the school tomorrow. No update as of press time on the status of tonight's boys and girls basketball games around the area. Pentland Township has finally made the move to hire a new utility superintendent. The board voting at their February 11th meeting to offer the position to Sean Reed. That follows the resignation of longtime Superintendent A.J. Downey, took a position at the Newberry Correctional Facility last year. Downey agreed to continue overseeing the township's utility systems until a suitable replacement was found. Two different individuals applied for the position, were interviewed the end of January. The board unanimously approved offering the position to Reed at their February meeting. In a related matter, the board also voted to adopt an ordinance to offer health care. Township Clerk Greg Rathjay told the board that the ordinance creation is created by state law for every local government that provides health care for employees. For the latest updates and a recap on other items from the Pentland Township Board meeting, you can check out today's latest edition of your Newberry News. One of the area's premier winter events returns this coming weekend. It's the 34th annual Top of the Lake Snowmobile Show and Ride. This year's event will take place on Friday and Saturday. Friday's full day of events start with breakfast at the Nobbinway Pavilion from 8 until 10 a.m. The annual ride to Cranberry Lodge at 11. A get-together and gathering at the Top of the Lake Snowmobile Museum from 3 until 7. And at 6:30, a night ride to the Millicoken Bridge. Saturday is show day, lineup and registration downtown from 8 until 10 a.m. The Snowmobile show runs from 10 until 3 with a banquet from 4:30 to 5:30 at the Garfield Township Hall in Engadine, and includes a guest speaker, merchant drawings, 50/50s, raffles, and an auction. For more information, contact Charlie or Marilyn at 906-477-6298 or info@snowmobilemuseum.com. chippewa.com. You can check out that website or go to topoftheLake.org for more information. The Chippewa County Sheriff's Office is reporting the sentencing of a man on police impersonation charges. Kevin Wade Farnquist was sentenced in the 50th Circuit Court by Judge James Lambros. Farnquist was found guilty on December 10th of impersonating a police officer to commit a crime. He was sentenced as a habitual fourth offender. Farnquist's Michigan sentencing guidelines say that he was sentenced to 30 months, 15 years in prison, not be eligible for parole until he serves at least 30 months, and the sentence issued by the court will be consecutive to two of his other convictions that he was on parole for at the time of his offense. Authorities say that in November of 2024, while on parole from the Michigan Department of Corrections, Farnquist contacted a senior citizen via text message. They say that Farnquist claimed to be Under Sheriff Ryan Herring from the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office, was demanding credit card information from the citizen, or he would arrest her son and lodge him in jail. They would have the car towed and impounded due to defective equipment. The citizen ended up providing credit card information in response to the demands. 2 days later, the citizens notified the sheriff's department about the text message received. After an investigation was conducted, it was determined that Farnquist had sent the messages demanding the payment and attempted to delete the messages from his phone. The Chippewa County Sheriff's Office is using the case to remind residents if they receive a suspicious message demanding credit card information from law enforcement to contact local police immediately. Do not send your credit card information, as law enforcement will never ask for it. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. That is your latest local news. It is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your news today brought to you by your 3-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. The latest edition of your award-winning Newberry News is available now. Time now to check in with sports. Heartbreaker for the Manistee boys basketball team last night. They fell in the final seconds in a home showdown with the Bark River Harris Broncos. Final score 65-63. Connor Tennyson with 22 points for the Emeralds, but it wasn't enough. Manistee tied the game with 13 seconds remaining and gave the lead back to Bark River with 5 seconds to go in the contest. High school hockey playoff action last night. The season comes to an end for the Emeralds varsity co-op. Manistee falls in Iron Mountain 2-0 to the Kingsford Flivers to wrap up the high school hockey season. Weather permitting, games tonight. Newberry boys and girls both in action. Lady Indians will be home to take on Manistee. 5:45 in the JV contest, varsity to follow. Newberry boys are scheduled to go just below the bridge. They'll wrap up the regular season in Mackinac City. 6 o'clock the start time for the JV, 7:30 in the varsity. Again, those games, weather permitting, for this evening. The Michigan men's basketball team made sure to protect their top ranking with a win over the Purdue Boilermakers last night. Wolverines' first game as the number one team in the nation, and they did not disappoint. A 91-80 victory. 4 different Wolverine starters and 2 players off the bench, all in double figures as part of the balanced attack. Michigan, led by 16 at the half, hung on for the victory. They're 25-1 on the season. Your latest local weather forecast for the day today. Here is what you can expect. Do still have that winter storm warning, which will stretch through the evening and afternoon hours on Wednesday. You can expect snow and sleet mixing in with freezing rain, mostly cloudy skies, areas of blowing and drifting snow, a little bit of everything. Highs in the upper 20s, east winds 15 to 20. New snow accumulations daytime Wednesday, 3 to 5 inches. Snow continues Wednesday night into the overnight. Chance of snow showers, cloudy, lows in the low 20s. East winds 15 miles per hour. Another inch of accumulation. Snow showers and freezing rain Thursday. And then we will see Friday, snow likely, freezing rain mixing in, mostly cloudy and a high in the mid-30s. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. That's your latest news, sports, and weather. It's your Newberry News Update on M123 FM.
Covering stories that interest the community, readers have come to depend on the Newberry News. Subscribe to the digital edition for early Wednesday morning access or get the print edition delivered to your doorstep. The Newberry News, your news and information leader.